Coach Ferguson, first win of the season last Wednesday at Grand Canyon. Took 5 sets, but you got the W. What'd you think?
Well, we got everything we were kind of looking for in the preseason. I don't want to underestimate the win against Alberta, even though it doesn't go on our record. It was still a match that we played. Grand Canyon was fantastic in the sense that we got a chance to travel as a team for the first time this year and go on the road. It was a chance to play in front of a great volleyball environment, kind of like what we think is a playoff or big match environment. You know, we tackle every match the same, whether it's a big match or a perceived non-big match, but you always want to be in that environment to see how your team's going to respond to the excitement of the venue. Grand Canyon did a fantastic job of marketing the match. There's probably around 3,000 people in their arena. It's a great volleyball venue, and so to be in a battle, in a hostile environment, we really got a lot out of it. So we got to kind of see a little bit more of what we made of. We talked about that last week with the third set against Alberta, not serving well, having to kind of fight through it and change the way we played the game in order to get the W. And a lot of that, again, happened last week in Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, you drop the first set and you lose Andy Benesh to an injury early in that first set. And the guys respond and come back and win the next 2 impressively. Did you learn a little something about this group of guys there?
Yeah, you know, just in the sense that I think we more validated some things that we thought about our team. But, you know, we knew we had functional depth, the most functional depth I think we've had here since I've been the coach here. And you know, Chris Lischke's a starter on almost any other team in the league. And so Chris came in, he's one of our captains. He is a very disciplined blocker, and so he brings some things to the table for us. And so, you know, while Andy brings some special things, so did Chris. So we knew we weren't, you know, no offense to Andy or or disservice to Chris, we were just getting a different player that was still very capable of starting matches and winning matches in our league. So it was great to be able to respond to that. The other thing was we served horribly in the first set. We missed 9 serves, no aces, and so we pretty much were giving the game away, yet we still had a chance to extend the game and put it into overtime and stay with them. We had a pretty unfortunate point at 24-23 where we thought we had them a couple times in the rally, and it just didn't work out. So the fact that we played that poorly and we're still in the set and still competing and clawing our way back, that part I loved about our team. And then the way we responded in the second, third set, we had both Alex Slott and Chris Orenek on the same page, and both playing great at the same time and both serving well at the same time. And I don't know if we've had both our outside hitters really clicking, and they definitely did in the first 2 sets. Now Alex carried us in the first. Chris kind of got off to a slower start. He got put in some bad situations early. It was just kind of a function of the way the match was being played. So, you know, Alex was able to continue what he was doing. Chris was able to, you know, go from hitting negative numbers to hitting 333 in that second set. And so to see him bounce back was great. And he was doing a great job blocking against Grand Canyon's opposite. So, and we had him matched up on him in a couple key rotations. So the team bouncing back and playing great in the second and third set was huge.
2 huge matches this week, so you gotta go from the frying pan to the fire.
Yeah.
You have #1 Pepperdine on Friday at 8 at the Galen Center, and then Monday you have Stanford.
Yeah.
So what do you have to do to get wins in those 2 matches? And obviously that's a tough early season test right there.
Yeah, it's a tough start, and every week's tough in our league in the MPSF. I mean, you know, Pepperdine, I think deservedly went into the season #1. You know, they were playing great volleyball at the end of the year last year, and they really only lost 1 starter. They have a couple new faces in their lineup. They're gigantic and very physical, so that's going to be a huge test. Stanford, depending on how they do it, they've been playing a lot of guys up until this point, so it's kind of going to be a mystery as to which starting 6 or 7 is going to be on the floor for Stanford. We'll worry about that one later, but right now we got to focus on Pepperdine. But even more importantly than that, we're going to focus on us for the next 3 days. We're going to continue ironing out some things with our offense, enhancing our ability to block the ball. Going to continue to have our foot on the gas pedal serving the ball, and but moreover, it's going to be all about us for the next few days in the gym for sure.